In this video, I'm sharing a B2B marketing strategy that helped one of our clients generate over £3 million in pipeline this year. And yes, this is a strategy that can be applied across multiple B2B industries. Now, many marketers start an SEO strategy by looking and focusing on keyword volumes. Volumes certainly aren't king, and I've spoken enough that this is a metric that shouldn't be put on the pedestal that it does. Now, keyword volumes can be useful to understand the quantity of searches, if they're accurate, that is, but they give no indication as to the type of person searching that keyword. A keyword as a standalone metric fails to give any context as to whether the person searching is window shopping, ready to buy, or just an in-house SEO checking their rankings. Sure, there's intent, but it's not an absolute and can be subjective. So where can you start? Well, there is a way that you can start with the keywords that you know generate customers. No guesses, but hard data to show that certain keywords generate pipeline and revenue for your business. In fact, I'm going to show you an example of a client of ours that ranked for a keyword that averaged just 10 searches a month, and yet it generated a deal in pipeline worth £200,000. The way we do this is leveraging the data that our friends in the paid search team have in abundance, coupled with the friendly sales team that look after the contacts in HubSpot. Google or Bing ads aren't just there to run search campaigns and convert users on a landing page. They're also a first-party data source that you're already paying for. Now, if you leverage that data beyond ad campaigns, using it to inform your SEO and other channels, you're making your budget work harder, you're able to reach more prospects in ICP, and, well, you look great to your MD. So stick around, I'll run through how we use Google Ads data to inform the SEO strategy of a client this year and how you can too. 2 quick things before we get started. Number 1, Session Media are an award-winning B2B performance marketing agency. So if you're a B2B business and you want qualified leads for your sales team, then reach out via the form on the website. Number 2, if you're all about B2B marketing and lead generation that actually works, subscribe to the channel below. Okay, so I'm going to run through the B2B marketing strategy that made one of our clients over £3 million in pipeline this year. A little bit later on, I'll actually go through one particular example, as mentioned, that generated a £200,000 deal off of a keyword that is worth 10 searches a month and has low competition in Google search. But I'll come on to that towards the end, so stick around. So 3 quick reasons why I love this strategy. You can pretty much use this across any B2B business. You're using Google Ads, then you've got the data available there. It's completely data-driven, removing all the guesswork. So not only do marketers love this, but the C-suite love this as well, right? And it can be relatively low cost. Now, this is dependent on the types of keywords you're searching for in the CPCs, but it can be low cost as well. So for all of our clients, we actually set them up with their own reporting dashboard. So we plug in all the marketing metrics across Google Ads, rankings for SEO, Bing Ads, LinkedIn Ads, but we also plug in their HubSpot data as well, because us as an agency, we need to understand the value of the deals that we're generating through the marketing activities. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, and I'm actually open to any suggestions as to how I can share this data a little bit better with you guys, but obviously keeping it totally anonymized, right? So forgive me, it's a little bit blurry in places, but I have to keep that anonymity, right? So what we've got this year is on the paid search side, we've generated close to 650K worth of pipeline for the business. And on the organic side, we've actually generated nearly £2.4 million, this from 174 new contacts as well. So these are fields that we map directly from their HubSpot into our reporting dashboard that we share with them. So what specifically is this? Well, we use keyword conversion data from the likes of Google or Bing Ads. We then track that journey to see whether that deal goes to a demo sat, which for this client means that the prospect is qualified. And then we use the keyword that drove that prospect as part of the SEO strategy. And I've put together a small model just outlining quite simply how this works. So where the boxes are blue are essentially what Google Ads can track, and where it's orange is essentially what HubSpot can track. So what we do is we create the campaign in Google Ads. We bid on a series of keywords. The user puts that keyword into Google. They click it. They come onto our landing page. They convert for a demo. Now, as mentioned, if the user sits the demo, so the client on their side will qualify the user, they'll ask a bunch of questions around what they're looking for, budgets, etc. We know that if it goes to demo, the prospect is deemed as qualified by the client based on the questions that have been answered. So by this point here, we can actually start using these keywords as part of our SEO strategy, because even if that user doesn't end up buying the software, say in this instance for the B2B SaaS client that we have, we know that that is the type of prospect that we want to be generating for them. So we know that those prospects are searching those types of keywords. And by that, I mean that they're either the right sort of firmographic, they're large enough by revenue, employee size, location is right, all these other factors that go into the qualification. We know that those types of prospects are searching those keywords, right? Now, if they then go on to purchase, of course, that's fantastic. And we might then sort of start a priority list of the keywords that we want to go after first. Of course, the ones that turn into revenue would be top of that list, right? So what we have here is, as mentioned, the orange box is a HubSpot. We can also plug the HubSpot data back into Google Ads, so we can actually use offline conversion data to better enhance our Google Ads. And I'll come on to that in a little bit. Okay, so two really important points with this. So the first one is make sure that you're using UTMs, unique tracking parameters across all your Google Ads campaigns. I actually think it's pretty hard to set up a campaign without considering these things in 2024 now, but just ensure that you've got them set up. That means that we can track that user from the keyword all the way through the journey as well, and connect your HubSpot with your Google Ads as well. So not only can we pass the Google Ads data all the way through HubSpot so that HubSpot has an understanding of the source and the keyword, but we can also then feed that HubSpot data and the offline customer data back into Google Ads, as mentioned, so that our campaigns are better enhanced. And Google is getting better at looking for the types of users that have turned into revenue as part of their search campaigns as well. So ensure that you give them the freedom to do that, right? And for this particular client, these are again, some of the things that we can put out, right? So we know that this person clicked on this Google ad, this campaign, lays out the campaign, the ad group, and the keyword. And then when we create the sort of shared view that we have with the client, we can then have a look at latest source, original source, and then we can drill down by keyword, page first seen, last seen, etc. So we can start building up a bit of a customer journey of this prospect. The more similar the journey from the same type of keywords that we can see in the data helps us understand potentially where there's friction. It helps us understand more of maybe what they're looking for. If they're all sort of searching particular resources across the site, maybe we can bring those a little bit earlier on in the journey, etc. The great thing about this as well is that our paid search team, our paid social team, our strategist, our SEO team all have access to this shared view. They catch up about it regularly during the month. This means that the teams are always talking. We have the hard data in front of us. It might be that the strategist and the paid search team have a little bit more insight into particular keywords and how those the demos sat with the client have gone, and that can help the priority list on the SEO side. But this becomes an ongoing cycle, ensuring that we're using all the data that we're generating at the top via the paid campaigns. And I love this because it just means that our paid search data is going beyond just that sort of first conversion, and we're making it sweat that little bit more. So what I'm going to do is show you an example of one of these deals where this worked fantastically well. And I've titled this Learning to Love Low Volume Keywords. And again, as I said, the volume is very much like the fourth or fifth factor in the list of factors when we're looking to prioritize the keywords. So what we did was we identified that, and again, I've had to anonymize this, but this keyword here, it generates a handful of conversions. We only spent circa sort of £30 on it, 2 conversions out of that, £16 a conversion, just under £5 a click. So again, that, if you know Google Ads, that gives a bit of an indication that the competition for this keyword is low. Your first thought might be, well, there's little intent behind it. People searching that aren't going to buy. Whereas actually, what we found was the conversions had actually gone to pipeline. So this meant that the 2 people that had converted through that keyword, had sat a demo. Therefore, that for us is the trigger from the client that both of them were in ICP, they were qualified, which is fantastic news for our SEO team. So what we did was we put this keyword into Ahrefs. Unsurprisingly, we saw that the competition was relatively low. We could sort of get a hint of that through the price that we pay to drive someone through a click for this keyword to our landing page. And we saw that the estimated volume was roughly 10 searches a month. And again, we could see that from the impression data. So across the span of sort of 8 months, roughly 107 impressions, which sort of works out to roughly, that's Ahrefs actually done a pretty good job of estimating this one. So hats off to them. So what did we do? We optimized a page for it so it's more focused on this specific keyword. And of course, it is a service that the client offers. That we didn't have to, create a new service, or it wasn't just ranking for a keyword for the sake of ranking for it. And as I outlined here, we actually ranked top 5 almost instantly for it. I did check recently. I think we're in the top 2 at the moment. I'm getting the top 2 quite a lot, which is fantastic. It didn't take that much work to rank this, again, because of the low competition. Now, when we checked this in Google Search Console, it was pretty much only this keyword and sort of long tail variations of it, but they were very sort of close knit. This page was ranking for, so there was nothing brand in here. It was all pretty much this keyword plus some long tail variations. And although the clicks are relatively minimal, we can see that altogether the total number of impressions almost sort of 10x on the original sort of keyword search volume that we picked out from the impression data and from Ahrefs. But we know, because we're ranking incredibly well for it, that we're going to absorb a significant amount of that click as well. Now, we could see in the HubSpot data that a user had come from organic, and the first page seen was this service page. Now, of course, Google and HubSpot don't give you the keyword that's been driven by organic. It's been like that for some years, as we know. But the first page seen is the sort of indicator that we're looking for there. We know that this page doesn't rank for anything branded, and we know it is specifically this keyword and a handful of long tail variations that it does rank for. And so this becomes sort of the metric that we're looking for when we're looking to sort of calculate the value of the organic against this deal, right? Now, this user first page seen was this service page. They went through, they booked a demo, and the value of this deal was £215,000. So again, what we've done is we've successfully used the Google Ads data. We saw a couple of conversions come through the Google Ads data that went through to demo sat. We then ranked for this specific keyword via SEO, or using sort of SEO best practices. We ranked pretty quickly, so low competition, but the value of the opportunities that were coming through this specific keyword onto our landing page is into the hundreds of thousands of pounds. And this is a great example of ignoring volume, looking at the Google Ads data, coupling that with the HubSpot data to make sure that the users are qualified, and then turning this into almost like a omni-channel full funnel strategy. So I've put a parting sort of message down here, is that quite often your best data set will be the first party data that you collect through Google Ads. And I implore you to give this a go. Give it a bit of a test run. If you work in SEO, have a look at some of the keywords that are converted. If you're tracking this all the way through your CRM, have a look at the deal values of those prospects that have come through those keywords, and speak to the other sort of departments within your business as well, because some of your best information is probably sitting in a pile of data that you haven't looked at. So if you've tested this before, if had any wins trying it, if you're currently testing it at the moment, let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos around B2B marketing strategy, tactics that actually work, then please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thank you.